What to study in human heart? First, we have to write the experiment number, and after writing experiment number, aim. What is the aim of our experiment? That to be mentioned. After that, after writing the aim of the experiment, we have to discuss uh, what materials are required. Okay, what materials are required, that we have to discuss. Then we have to discuss about the internal and external structure of human heart. So dear children, see here, models and chart of human heart. This is the chart which I have brought. Okay, human heart chart I have brought, and model you can see. I have got two models. One in my hand, you can see. This is the external view of human heart from all sides. And if I will open, you can see the internal view. Okay. So it is the external and internal view of human heart, and side you can see it is a model. Okay, and here is the chart. Very clear. Now we will discuss in detail. And don't think that the heart and that arrow sign is given. That is not the real diagram of human heart. Or so let us start our discussion. Human heart internally shows the following part. First, let us discuss the external part, then I will come to the internal part. See here. This is the external part. You can see here. External and internal both. Generally, internal part is shown here. But let me show you the external part. External part you can see. Okay. These you can see these marks. These are the coronary arteries. Okay. Coronary arteries. And coronary arteries supply the blood to the heart. For what purpose? Since heart is also an organ and it requires nutrition, oxygen for function. And these coronary arteries, they supply the blood to the human heart. And if there is blockage in the coronary artery, a disease called myocardial infarction or heart attack in common language, that is caused. And then bypass is done. Means from other part of the body, the blood vessel is taken and joined, as we have got bypass road. Bypass means what? Not through the city, outside. From outside, here bypass surgery is done, means to reach the heart, some other blood vessel is taken, and by that since this coronary artery is blocked in that case. And if there is less supply of oxygen or blood, then angina pectoris, that is called the chest pain that takes place. So it is about the, and pericardium, you know, it has got two layers. Okay, pericardium, and pericardial fluid is present because it always keep on beating. And I have told you that while we are in our mother's womb, first organ form inside, you know, when male and female gamete fuses, zygote is formed. And zygote is the single cell. And that single cell divides and divides to form embryo. Embryo divides to form fetus. And in fetus only the organs are formed. Unborn baby inside the mother womb is called as the fetus. And the first organ formed after fertilization, that is the heart. Means after 4 or 5 weeks of fertilization, in a pregnant lady, the heart is formed. And from that time, this heart is beating till death. And while we are in our mother's womb, the doctor put a stethoscope over the mother's belly and can hear the heartbeat of the fetus which is present inside the mother's womb and can tell about the health of the baby which is inside the mother's womb. That part is clear. Now, as far as chamber is concerned, human heart is divided into 4 chambers, 2 upper and 2 lower, and between the chamber one wall is there. You can see here 2 upper chambers are there and 2 lower chambers are there, and between 2 upper and 2 lower chamber one wall is there. Can you name that wall? That wall is the septum, and septum does not allow the oxygenated blood to mix with the deoxygenated blood. Now a question arises, if oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will mix, what will happen? If oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will enter, then what will happen? Okay, if oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will enter, what happened? Some problem arised. Let me find out. My microphone. Okay. How it went there, I can't say. Some problem arised. Okay. So, dear children, that heart we have understood. This is the septum, and septum does not allow the oxygenated blood to mix with the deoxygenated blood. So this part is clear. Now you can see this middle one is the septum, and left and right, don't be confused. See here, this one is the left part, here left part, okay, and this one is the right part. This is the external view, and left part and right part, left chamber and right chamber. So that part is clear. Now, one more thing which we have to discuss. We have discussed about the septum. Upper two chambers are called as the auricle, and lower two chambers are called as the ventricle. And dear children, you can see the left part contains what type of blood, and right part contains what type of blood. Okay, left part and right part, you can see here. Now you can easily understand that where is oxygenated and where is deoxygenated blood. Does not allow to mix with the otherwise what will happen with the extra energy which we get. Okay, Raj Kishan once again. Listen, 4 chambers are there in our human heart. Upper two chamber and lower two chamber. The upper two chambers are called as auricle, means left auricle and right auricle. And lower two chambers are called as the ventricle, the left ventricle and the right ventricle. Okay, very clear. Now septum divides the heart medianally, muscular wall, and does not allow the oxygenated blood to mix with deoxygenated blood. Now superior vena cava, you can see superior vena cava. It is superior vena cava, and this one is the inferior vena cava. And the function of vena cava is to collect deoxygenated blood from the body. The function of vena cava, the superior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from upper part of the body, and inferior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body. So this part is clear, that function of vena cava, superior and inferior, we have understood. Superior vena cava open in right auricle. See here, this superior vena cava, this opens in the right auricle. This is opening in right auricle. It means right side will contain deoxygenated blood. And between right auricle and right ventricle, one aperture is there, one valve is there, right atrioventricular valve. Very clear? Right atrioventricular valve, and left side also valve is there, that is left atrioventricular valve. So that valve we have understood, right atrioventricular valve, and it has got three flaps, so it is called a tricuspid valve, and left atrioventricular valve has got two cusps, so it is called bicuspid valve. So tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve we have understood. Now see, from this the blood enters the right auricle or atrium. From right atrium, by the help of this valve, tricuspid valve, blood goes to the right ventricle. Right ventricle pumps the blood, and the blood goes to the lungs for oxygenation. And again oxygenated blood from the lungs comes to the heart. For what? Again it comes to the heart, and now heart pumps the blood through the pulmonary vein. Through the pulmonary vein, generally artery carry oxygenated blood and vein carries deoxygenated blood. But if he will add the word pulmonary means lungs, pulmonary, then the function will become opposite. Pulmonary vein will carry here oxygenated blood, and pulmonary artery will carry deoxygenated blood. So through pulmonary vein, the oxygenated blood comes to the heart and enters in the left atrium. You can see, okay, and left atrium sends the blood to the left ventricle, and now left ventricle pumps the blood, and you can see main blood vessel, aorta. Through the aorta, the blood goes to the whole body. Means aorta carries oxygenated blood and it distributes the blood to the whole body. So that part is clear. And aorta arises from the left ventricle, carries oxygenated blood. Now heart part is clear. Only this much we have to discuss in practical. And tricuspid, bicuspid valve and chordae tendineae, you know, that in theory we have discussed. So that part is clear. I am sure you have understood it. And now let us discuss the second thing. I think there is no problem in the internal and external structure of human heart. Okay, dear children, now let me discuss about some other part. See here, one model I have got, and what is this? Model of what? Model of human kidney. This is the internal structure of, from Ankur Topo, kidney. Okay, privately, Om Kumar, kidney. Now listen, this is the internal structure of human kidney, and only by the help of model and chart only we have to discuss. So human kidney, we are knowing they are two in number, and location is on the either side of the backbone. Either side of the backbone. Sir, what is the function? Not seen, once again you can send the message. Listen, human kidney, two in number, bean shaped, located on the either side of the backbone and are protected by the floating ribs. Last ribs are the floating ribs. They do not attach to the sternum and they remain unattached, floating. And from back side, the kidney is protected by that floating ribs. Okay, and two bean-shaped kidneys are there, and on above the kidney, Sambul Fatma once again write the message, not able to see. Okay, so above the kidney, two endocrine glands are there, and those two endocrine glands are the adrenal glands. So that we will discuss in the endocrine chapter, endocrine system. So two adrenal glands are there located on the kidney, two kidney. Now kidney is bean shaped, and let us see, the main thing is that we have to study about the internal structure of the human kidney. Okay, and if you will see the Sambul sir, function of right atrioventricular valve. Okay, function of right atrioventricular valve. Valve is there. The main function of the valve is to stop the backflow. Okay, valve stops the backflow of blood. Now, right atrioventricular valve, see here, right atrioventricular valve, it will send the deoxygenated blood from atrium to ventricle. And when ventricle will contract, again it will not go back to the atrium. It will be stopped by that valve. Very clear or not? Valve will stop, so it will go to the lungs. Otherwise, when atrium compress or auricle compress, the blood will go to the ventricle. And when again ventricle contracts, the blood will return back to the auricle. So valve is there, it will not go back to the auricle. So dear children, now listen about this excretory system, human kidney. Okay, human kidney, where it is located and internal structure. See how this is written. Ashish Singh sir, left side of the heart contain oxygenated blood. Yeah. See here how to write. It is not necessary that your experiment number 12 will be there. According to our practical, the experiment number will be there. So here the aim is identification of the structure of the human kidney or urinary system, and Rishu Gupta, sir, systole and diastole. Dear children, dear Rishu, here I am not teaching about the theory part. I am discussing the practically what we have to discuss. Okay, other day I will discuss whatever problem you have got. Theory part, if you will say once again, I will teach. But here it is related to the little bit, sir. Okay. Systole and diastole. Listen, systole means what? And diastole means what? First, try to know the meaning. Okay. Pressure you are knowing, blood pressure. Upper limit is the systolic pressure. Upper limit means what should be the upper part? It is 120. The blood pressure does not go above 120, and diastole, it must be 80. So 120 by 80 is the blood pressure. 120 by 80 normal blood pressure. Upper is called systolic pressure, which is 120, and lower it is called 80. It is called a diastolic pressure. So pressure we have stored. Now systole and diastole, what does it mean? The main thing, Rishu, which you have asked. Okay, systole means contraction. Yes, systole means contraction. Okay, the meaning arterial systole means artery will contract. Ventricular systole means ventricle will contract, and opposite of systole is the diastole. Diastole means relax. Very clear or not? Now, come to the Aryan. Oh, sir, nice explanation. Okay, thank you, Aryan. So, kidney we are discussing that kidney, the function of kidney to function homeostasis. Don't forget, means this balance, water balance of the body, homeostasis, and other is filtration. Okay, homeostasis means steady state condition. Excretion plays an important role in maintaining the homeostasis, means steady state condition of the body, and function of kidney is to filter the blood, to maintain water balance in the body by this osmoregulation. And this kidney, the functional and structural unit of the kidney is the nephron, means many nephrons are there in the kidney. And you can see this is the human kidney. Internal structure, this part is the ureter, means, and this part you can see here a space is there. This space is the pelvis. Many nephrons are connected and they pour their secretion or filtered in this pelvis, that is the urine, and that urine from pelvis that goes to the this urinary bladder, ureter, and from ureter goes to the urinary bladder, and from time to time it is thrown out when you ask permission. That time, sir, may I go to toilet? Just to throw out the or micturition, throw out the urine. Now this urine collected in the pelvis, and this structural and functional unit of this is the nephron, and parts of nephron not required to discuss here. Here only we have to discuss about the internal structure. The human urinary system is also known as the excretory system. I am sure I will not be able to finish, but I will try my best. Concerned with the elimination of nitrogenous waste from the body, urinary system is composed of kidney, okay, and Malpighian. Kidney is composed of nephrons, and ureter is there, urinary bladder is there, urethra is there. And internal structure, that dotted structure, that part is clear. You are knowing that cortex and medulla. Cortex, this part is the cortex, and inner part is the medulla. And why it is dotted, we have already discussed in the book while I was teaching about the theory. So in short, means this much only you can see what things in practical to discuss. Second page I am showing you. See these things. Now